And my name is Gill Drake-Bohay. I'm 66 just, and I live in Plymouth. I've got 2 children and they support me a lot with my health. My family had a background of asthma, and I can remember being dragged as a child to have very basic physio to try and improve my lung capacity. And so by the time I was actually at secondary school, I decided that the way forward wasn't just to sit there and suffer it. It was to do sport, and it was to keep myself as fit as I could. And I ended up playing hockey to quite a high level. And I was always going off and doing things. From when Rosie was about 13, she had her first horse, and I used to get up at 5 o'clock and walk my dogs, and I used to then go and do the horses, then come back, do a full day's work and repeat everything in the evening. And I was fostering as well, and my life was very, very full, very active, and there wasn't anything I wouldn't do. COPD wasn't actually mentioned until round about the time when I actually retired, and it was at that point where they said the COPD kicked in, and it was my first time in intensive care, and the consultant came round and he said, I don't think you're ever going to be living a normal life again. I think you're going to be in a wheelchair, your lungs are really damaged, and really whatever you've done in the past, say cheerio to it. And walking was such an effort. Everywhere I went, I had to be taken in a wheelchair. And I thought, oh my God, this just cannot be my life from now on. But I used to go twice a week for physio. I used to go to classes. I used to have individual physio. And I clawed my way back to riding again and walking my dogs at 5 o'clock and the whole bit. And that has been my mantra, really, that I will not be a prisoner to this thing. It is not going to get me. It was suggested that I was introduced to my NIV machine, who is called Larry. He's called Larry the Lung. All right, and everybody in the hospital knows him as Larry. I've been on a ward where someone has just had their machine, and so I could actually talk to them about it and about getting a technique for actually putting it on, feeling comfy with it. I look at it as being a friend and not a foe. It's just been, I was going to say a lifesaver. Yeah, I wouldn't be here now without the machine. The family are very good at giving me physio, and that combined with using the machine is excellent because they keep my lungs clear.
Obviously, I worked in respiratory for a long time. I've seen it a lot, and people who are really desperately unwell, and how quickly the use of NIV, assists with re-arousal of people, really. It's like a little resurrector.
Yeah, that's a very good description of actually how it feels.
But I've obviously seen that for hundreds of people. It wasn't very nice seeing my mum using one, and it wasn't very nice when mum got to the stage that she needed to use one, but seeing the quality of life that it's given mum, and knowing that she wouldn't be here without it, and the things that she would have missed out on if she wasn't here, if she didn't have it, it's a small sacrifice to make.